Hi Libra, welcome back to the Warrior's Journey Tarot. This is your general full reading for the period of January 18th to the 31st. Let me just light some incense here and clear the energy in this space. We're going to use the Goddess Tarot deck today by Chris Walder, and then I'm going to clarify with the Oracle decks that you see here. Crystal Healing, Wisdom of the Oracle cards, the Divine Feminine Oracle cards, Wild Kuan Yin, Sacred Traveler, Whispers of Love, and the Romance Angels. Alright, let's get started with your read. I'm going to leave the Romance and Love Oracle cards for last. And as usual, we're going to do a Celtic cross for you guys. So this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. Could we please get a full Celtic cross for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st? And can we please get a positive reading, something that the Librans need to hear? For those who are trying, for the Libras who are trying their best to manifest their best life, can we please get some guidance for them? Sticking out. As you guys know, I'm going to give it a good shuffle. When a card pops out, that's the signal that that's the end of the shuffle. If it pops out too soon, I will show you the cards and give you a brief summary of the meanings. And if it takes too long, I'll end the shuffle. Again, this is for my Libras, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. Let's see what's going on for you guys. I'm going to end the shuffle now. And please get a Celtic cross for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. In the form of a Celtic cross, please. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. Okay, that's it. Four of Swords, that's a situation. On the bottom, we see Seven of Pentacles. We'll talk about that later. Challenged by Queen of Pentacles. Consciously, we've got Princess of Cups, which is equivalent to the Knight of Cups in this deck. Subconscious, the Foundation, we have Four of Pentacles. Recent past, we've got Five of Staves, that's Five of Wands. Recent future, we have Two of Swords. You right now, Seven of Cups. Around you, the Star, Hopes and Fears, Nine of Swords. End results, it's traditionally the Hermit, but in this deck it's called Contemplation, and it's the Goddess Chang'o. I'm going to put the volume down just a tad bit while we get started. Okay, so we'll talk about this situation here. Four of Swords is a need for a break, a rest, a time for regeneration and getting your energy back up. This is likened to the period where after you go out to battle, you come back home and you are resting and kind of having this meditative, regenerative kind of retreat in this crypt that you've built for yourself before you went into battle. You know, the same crypt that you would have been buried in if you had come home not victorious. So this card is about a need for not just, you know, this kind of rest and regeneration, but it could speak to a meditative retreat, it could speak to Vipassana, a trip, a break, camping, vacation, family trip, something along those lines, something where the point of it is to rest, relax, recuperate, process information as well, okay, about the battle that you just came back from. So your challenge is Queen of Pentacles, and so you've got this resting phase here in the situation. Okay, this need for a vacation, need for a break, this kind of introspective kind of time, challenged by someone of the Queen of Pentacles, someone that represents the Queen of Pentacles energy. Queen of Pentacles could represent someone who is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, earth signs. And it also represents a mother type, a nurturer, a married woman, someone who's older, established, beautiful home, beautiful garden, someone who takes care of business, someone who takes care of the family. Whatever you give her, she will make it multiply and flourish. She's someone who's very loyal, supportive, and dedicated to her family, to her king, to her kingdom, to her pentacles. Okay? So this is in the challenge position. So we'll see where this leads, but I just see right now this need for a break, a need for a rest, challenged by someone who represents the Queen of Pentacles energy. All right, consciously we've got Princess of Cups, which is representative of Knight of Cups. This is about a message coming in about an offer of love, a romantic gesture, a communication from the heart, something along those lines. And if it, as a person, is someone who's early 20s to early 30s, represents, could be water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and it's someone who is very romantic, a romantic dreamer type, artistic, poetic, musical, someone who's very kind of Leonardo DiCaprio type, like easy come, easy go. It's not that they're like a blatant kind of vulgar womanizer, but they are kind of, got this very attractive charisma about them, but it's, you just know when you meet someone like this, you're going to be swept away. But at the same time, it's, that there's an expiry date on it. Okay? So then on the subconscious, you've got Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles speaks to being cut off, unavailable. Okay? So in your mind, you might be in this mind frame consciously of being kind of like a player. Okay? It's not because people are players for all kinds of different reasons. Generally it all boils down to being unable to commit for whatever reason that there is. So the reason that you are in this kind of easy come, easy go kind of romancer type of mind frame and mindset is because at the foundation, you're not home, okay, in terms of trying to be in a relationship. Four of Pentacles is someone who's completely cut off other people from getting to their, warm, sensitive and vulnerable side. This is someone at the very foundation, subconscious. You're holding your pentacles tight. It's a card generally, if you're speaking to material gains or money, basically, it's speaking to being very cheap, being very miserly, holding on to those pentacles very tightly, not being generous. Okay, so that's what they mean by cheap. But if you speak to it in a romantic sense, in a love sense, which is what I'm getting here, then it speaks to being unreceptive, completely closed off. So what do people do when they're unreceptive and closed off in love? Well, then they're the Princess of Cups. Could be Knight of Cups, okay? Where the energy is more about you're in it for the romance, you're in it for the short term, you're in it to, get some fun, get some, chemistry going, but it's not in the sense of trying to find the perfect mate per se. It's more so like because you're not able to commit, you just want to have fun and play. In the recent past, there's Five of Staves. In this tarot deck, it shows 5 women, all the same woman, fighting. This speaks to inner conflict. It can also speak to outer conflict with other people. It could speak to competition, pettiness, quarrels, jealousies, along those lines. we can see where this goes with that, but also with the wands, we see that wands are represented by fire signs: Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be of their energy, but it's generally speaking to something in the recent past had you conflicted. And because of this conflict, because of, you know, this time of change, this time where, you know, you were feeling like insecurities, jealousies, competition. Maybe there's people competing for you. Maybe you felt like you were competing for someone else. Or it could speak to conflict, inner conflict, because of something that happened that left you feeling upset, argumentative, okay? In the recent future, you got this Two of Swords. It's two swords, two truths. This person's blindfolded. They haven't made a decision. This card is speaking to the need to have to make a decision. So this woman's got two swords. She's got two options, and she needs to make a choice. And until she makes a choice, she's stuck. She's stuck, and she's got this blindfold on. She's in stasis. She's not moving. So you right now, I feel that because of this stuck energy, you've got Seven of Cups in the you right now. It's grand plans. Building castles in the sky. Each of these cups hold an ideal of something. And on the good side of it, it's about ambition. Like, you've got a lot of ideas about what you want out of life, things you want to accomplish, big dreams about where you want to go, where you want your life to go. The only thing is also it could speak to illusory success on a lower vibration. Illusory success in the sense that these are all ideas in your head. These have not manifested yet. So it also speaks to the need for action and not just daydreaming. So in your mind right now, you've got all these ideas, these big ideas about what you want out of life. I'm sorry, my throat. Around you, you've got someone who represents the star energy, or it could be you being surrounded by the energy of the star card. The star card here is represented by goddess Inanna, and the star is about having faith and having hope. So someone around you represents this star energy. Could be someone, first of all, who's very high profile. Could be a celebrity. Could be someone who gets a lot of attention, very attractive, well known, has notoriety. Also, the star speaks to having faith and hope in a situation. This kind of optimism that's founded on strong faith and hope because you know, and you know yourself, or they know themselves. They know they have the strength to be resilient, and whatever obstacles may come along, they know that they have their goal in sight and that they're going to get there. They just have to kind of stand firm and be strong, and eventually they'll get to the goal. So this star card is about a wish as well, making a wish for something, having faith that it will come true, having hope and inspiration about it. So this is the surrounding energy. Hopes and fears, you got Nine of Swords. Now, you're afraid that you're going to be stuck in this kind of energy where you're not going to make a decision. You're not going to get a peaceful rest. Whatever you need here with the Four of Swords, that's the need for rest and regeneration. And instead, you're afraid you're going to get Nine of Swords, which is you're afraid that you're going to be in a very stressed out, anxious, sleepless nights, restless, nightmares. Okay, it's a very stressful card when you see Nine of Swords. And it only gets to the point where, at least the good news is it's almost at the completion, which would be the Ten of Swords, which is when the situation is dead and done and gone, right? The Nine of Swords is a brutal energy to be in. It's very stressful. It's something that's keeping you up all the time. It's not a good place to be. You see this woman, she looks like she's cold and she's like tired and been up all night, and she's holding her stomach, and it's just like ruining her sleep, ruining her peace. So you're afraid that, because I don't think anybody's hoping for this Nine of Swords, you're afraid that the situation is going to take away your peace going into the future, that you're going to be still stressed out about this. In the outcome, you've got the Hermit card represented by Goddess Chang'o, representing contemplation. It's got this starry night sky, this little rabbit over there, and this card is representative of the need to be away from the crowd, to have some time and peace to yourself, to be isolated a bit, a little reclusive. You need time to sit and contemplate all that you've been through. The Hermit is about, you see this Four of Swords energy. Now this is taking it to, this is a situation where you need this kind of time for introspection and rest. And it doesn't really manifest yet, right? But this card, this Hermit card, Goddess Chang'o, this amplifies it now to major arcana, meaning major secrets, major influence. In the outcome, you will take this break. You will take this much needed recuperation. And this Hermit card is saying, turn off the phones, get away from all the noise, have this, look at this woman looks, this goddess looks so peaceful, right? In this night sky here. Nobody's around to bother her. It's time for introspection, keeping your own counsel, meditation, healing, processing all the things that have happened that's led to the situation, and more than processing, reconciling it and being able to heal enough to be able to move forward now. So that's the outcome. In the base of the deck, you got Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, you see this woman here tending to her garden. And it's basically about, from the material aspect, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn of the Pentacles, which rule over Pentacles, doesn't have to be one of those signs. The energy is basically speaking to something of the material plane, whether it be a healthy body or healthy bank account, whatever it may be in the material world. It's saying this woman here, she's been tending to this garden from the time she first planted this first pentacle as a seed. She's nurtured this, watered it, cared for it. Now finally she sees the fruits of her labors. It's not quite ripe yet for the picking. She's waiting for the harvest. There's a little bit of a note here that it will be, the return will be a little bit less than you were expecting, but it's going to be a miraculous blessing regardless, because once you do see the fruit of your labors, it's going to be so rewarding. Okay, so let's pull some oracle cards for you, Libra. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle cards. Can we get one card for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st, please? One card to benefit Libra. What's going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st? Yeah, you need a break. Okay. On the bottom we have Unfinished Symphony, number 10. But that's not the one we read. We read the one on top, and that is Truth Be Told, number 14. Okay, let's talk about this card. Truth Be Told. And for this deck, there's 3 different messages depending on the situation. Now, if it is, there's an essential meaning, an oracle message, a prosperity message, a protection message, and a relationship message. So I'm going to read you them. Truth be told, essential meanings: honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. The oracle's message: there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth. Subjective, according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer with miracles. Now, if this is about a relationship, it says, people tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based in your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back, speak your truth, and listen. Your prosperity message, now if this is regarding work, is, are you willing to do whatever it takes to experience the prosperous life you desire? I think this might be it, because this is grand plans, right? Don't hold back. Oh, sorry, it says desire. If you want to be an artist, we're looking at celebrity here. Do you make your art a priority? If you want to be a healer, do you set time aside to learn new things to help you serve? A writer must write and a singer must sing. Being true to your calling is essential to your moving forward. There is another oracle message here too. It's time to have a look at the real, honest truth about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about prosperity, about your relationship to money, to compensation, and to meaningful work. Ask yourself, what is true for me? And you will find the key to abundance. Now, for this conflict, just because you see this like fearful state here and this need for rest, I'm just going to read the protection message as well. Where are you being dishonest with yourself or others? If you're unhappy in any area of your life, look for signs of denial. This can also pertain to others being misleading or withholding or acting from hidden agendas. Now is the time to say no to dishonesty in all forms. Ask for the truth. Even if you don't like what you hear, acknowledging it will be key to a beautiful new future, where you no longer labor under the heavy burdens that deceit and denial impose on you. Set yourself free. Nothing less than the truth is required now. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to pull one crystal healing card for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What crystal can Libra work with to manifest some peace and healing and Libra's dreams? Libra's dream life, Libra's goals now for the period of 18th to the 31st. What crystal can Libra work with for their highest good? Can we please get one crystal for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the period of the 18th of January to the 31st January. There we go. Whoa, this just hopped in my ruby shine. You must be a celebrity. All right. It must be something of a, you know, kind of public spotlight kind of career. Just because we picked the ruby shine, tiger's eye, you need courage. Yep, okay. Because I feel like this five of staves, 5 of wands, it was also like this feeling of maybe it's about insecurity. Because we, as I said, there's 5 ladies who are fighting herself. They're all versions of herself. It's speaking to inner conflict. So aside from competition, all of those things could be true. Competition and, you know, conflict and arguing and this kind of push for a change as well. It also could speak to insecurity, right? Which is like reflective of the inner conflict and this need for courage. But it's saying with this card here with Ruby, it's a beautiful crystal to get. It's saying it's time to shine. It's not the time to hide. But I will read it to you. So the deep shades of red is the crystal color and it's related to the sacral chakra. It says the crystal meaning is dissolves deep trauma and grief within the body and allows you to love yourself through the challenges of life, enhances passion in all areas of your life, deepens your central aspects of self, allowing you to receive a flow of life force, energy, and creativity, helps to recognize the source of inexplicable fear and anxiety Yeah, you have anxiety issues. I can see that because that's what you're afraid of even. You're afraid of being afraid, right? So it says, you have attracted this card into your life today to remind you it's time to shine. You are a beautiful, loving, shining light on this planet, possessing deep love and wisdom to share with many. If you have been feeling a little down on yourself, know that it is now time to put aside those negative thoughts and feelings and start believing that you are a beautiful beacon of light here to shine your light on this world. Okay, so it also says here, this healing medicine encourages you to look deep within at your old wounds and traumas and invites you to allow the light to transform the pain as deep healing occurs. Its medicine invites you to look deeply into your soul and see your magnificence. When you can truly accept yourself and all life's challenges, you will truly shine. Most importantly, it says, it's time to stop hiding and step out into the world and shine your beautiful light. You have been playing it small and hiding in the shadows for too long, and now it is your time to caps shine. Ruby gives you permission to shine your light out into the world and to know that you are amazing. Can you get a better confirmation and validation than that? So it's the Libra. You've been feeling insecure. You've been feeling like you're closed off, unreceptive. You've been wanting to hide. You've been wanting to take a break away from the crowd. You need to go somewhere. You feel that you need to go somewhere and just process this information and have a minute with you and your anxieties and your fears alone so that you can go out into battle again. And you take a good long hermit-like break here where you process and you contemplate and you keep your own counsel. And it's saying, since this is the outcome, there's a lot of things in your head, a lot of overthinking things. This ruby crystal is saying, it's time to stop playing small. It's time to shine your light into the world. It says that you're amazing. You have nothing to hide. You don't need to play it small. If you need this little break, because you can't just force yourself to do something that feels like you're not prepared, right? So take these short breaks if you need to, but you can't hide. You shouldn't hide because it's time to shine. Okay, this is for Libra, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Can we get one Sacred Traveler card for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 21st? And you're afraid of being afraid. You have this anxiety issues, too many cards. I'll show it to you quickly though. Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. This is someone, a classy lady who's got a lot of grace. Embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness, and finally reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. Ruby. And then it says faraway places, get ready for new horizons. Now, because there's quite a bit to read for just one of those cards, I'm going to reshuffle. Probably one of these cards will pop up again. If it doesn't, we're going to just ask for one card, please, for Libra. Just one card. Can we get one card for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st, please? Okay. I feel like I'm going to stop there. On the bottom, we'll take a peek. It's transformation. A fresh new way of living emerges. Beautiful. One who reads the top, and that is uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. So we have a lot of fire energy here with this phoenix, and we have this dragon. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Fire energy speaks to confidence. High energy, action, manifesting. Okay, so let's pull this card out. Uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Card meaning. Look beneath the surface in your life and you'll find treasure. Bounty is awaiting you in many forms. The secret is knowing that you deserve it and are worthy of it. Something that you thought was ordinary will turn out to be extraordinary. Take a second to look at people and situations in your life. Sometimes receiving treasure is simply a matter of seeing life in a new way. The treasure was always there, you just didn't see it. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know. On the journey, the traveler confronts dragons and overcomes obstacles, and in the process discovers the depth of the treasure in their soul. Often treasure is found in the most unexpected of places. Sometimes after it seems that you've faced an inner dragon, you'll find the hidden treasure. Success begets success. So as you begin to seek and find the bounty in your life, more and more rewards will follow. This card heralds a bountiful, prosperous, abundant time in your life. Good for you, Libra. That's amazing. Okay, so we're going to pull one Wild Kuan Yin Oracle card. And this is by Alana Fairchild. The way this deck gets into your, spiritual psyche, it's just amazing. I love this deck. The messages are so dead on and uplifting and healing. So let's get one card, please, for Libra. Something for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus to help Libra shine and overcome this anxiety. Something for Libra. Whatever card that will help Libra the most. Oh, gosh. Okay, Libra, they just keep wanting to pop out multiple cards for you. Okay. One card says, pray to the east, guardian watches over the west. And this one says, priestess of perfect pairing makes the match. Now, I'll just poke around to the bottom. Harvest mother watches over me, and that's speaking to the harvest time and prosperity. It's a prosperity message, but I'm gonna have to reshuffle. To be honest, these two cards, just one card, it's such a long, deep explanation that I don't want to read, so many cards. So I'm going to pick one, please. One. I feel like there's so much communication that wants to be sent out to you, Libra. But I have so many more readings to do, and it's going to take forever. 1 hour is already pushing it. This reading's going to take about an hour, so I'm going to ask for one card, please. One card for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st, please. Which card is going to help Libra the most? Can we get one card, please? Okay, I'm going to take that. On the bottom, the slave dances into freedom. This is one of the most beautiful cards in this deck. Just getting your freedom papers. A new sense of liberation. Okay, but we're going to read the top. Surrender, sensitive sister. Be moved by the moon. Let's read about it. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put this over here. Okay. Number 38. Here we go. You know what you know, even when you don't know how you know it. I speak to you through your intuition, which is beyond logic. Even when you feel like you know too much or are too sensitive, you do not need to shut down or try to protect yourself from feeling. What will work better for you is to be open and truthful with all that you feel and resist nothing. It shall then simplify flow, changing like the phases of the moon naturally and without effort on your part. I will guide you and show you how to do this so that you will never be afraid, even of the passing experience of fear itself, and you shall become surrendered into life, a living embodiment of grace in motion. Do you see why I love this deck? It addressed your issue in the first few sentences, right? Now let's get into the guidance. Something is happening. You cannot see it, but in your most sensitive and responsive moments, you feel it. Even though others around you may not share your insight, you may share your feelings with others and they may accept what you say or see, or they may question you. Perhaps you may be keeping it to yourself because you don't know what to do with the information or feelings you have, or are fearful that others will be afraid and judge you. It matters not whether another sees or feels as you do. You are meant to be moved by the moon to sense and feel as you do. Don't try to toughen up or protect yourself or become less sensitive, less emotionally attuned, or less moved by energy and feeling. Your sensitivity can become your greatest asset, a source of wisdom, truth, and even strength. Your sensitivity has been given to you for your benefit, not as a burden. The Divine Mother will help you find the best way to manage and honor this gift. In a reading, you are asked to honor what you feel. Whatever you have been feeling, sensing, or trusting in, whatever you know deep within, even without a shred of physical evidence to support it, that is your truth. Explore it, be curious about it, be open to it. Don't try to apply logic to it, just trust it. If you've been wondering if you can or should work with energy for healing or spiritual growth as a career or for personal development, this oracle is a confirmation. If you have been feeling more sensitive lately, even perhaps more emotional, and are wondering why this oracle brings you a message, you are opening up psychically and intuitively and becoming more receptive and conscious of subtle energies. Do not fear increasing sensitivity. Any struggle you are having with that sensitivity will even out as you adjust through the transition of this awakening. Do the healing process every day for as long as you feel you need the additional support. Now also there's a healing process with every one of these oracle cards with an affirmation asking for help. I'm not going to read the affirmation to you. I sincerely suggest buying this deck by Atlanta Fairchild Wild. Kuan Yin Oracle. Extremely moving. It's wonderful for a card of the day pick, for personal readings. It gets really to the heart of the matter. It's extremely deep and spiritual and moving. All right, now let's go to another favorite deck of mine. This is the Divine Feminine Oracle deck, full of ascended masters, female goddess, female teachers, saints, goddesses, and it's diverse and inclusive. So can we please get one card for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st. Sorry, the cosmic egg flipped over. Beautiful. But I'm going to pick one card, please. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st, please. Can we get one goddess, please? Okay, let's see who we get. There we go. On the bottom, we've got Goddess Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. On the top, we have Hestia, the goddess of sanctuary. No matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. She is a Greek goddess, goddess of hearth and home. She is worshipped first out of the Greek gods. She's keeper of the flame, and she represents home. But I'll read it to you briefly. Goddess Hestia, thank you. It's not in alphabetical order. There she is, 178. All right, it just flipped open to her. When your soul selects a card, Hestia created the concept of sanctuary. It's considered a sacred obligation to shelter and protect those in need. She wants us to seek those situations that allow us to feel a sense of being home. Or she wants us to create that form of sanctuary for someone else. Of all the wild and crazy adventures Greek gods and goddesses, Hestia is the most drama-free. She's the one who can be counted on, the one who fosters community and provides the stability of food and warmth and shelter when all else is coming undone. She's your grandmother, goddess. She's the energy that whispers for you to just get cozy. Hestia wants you to be 1,000 leagues easier on yourself. Put a blanket over your body, curl up with hot tea, sit before the fire of all that you've accomplished, and give your mind a break from all that you ask of yourself. Hestia wants you to let kindness pervade your thoughts. She wants you to light a small fire in the center of yourself and feel safe in calling your body home. She wants you to be able to seek sanctuary within. She wants you to come home to yourself and to give yourself the love that you effortlessly offer others. Hestia is the call to become the calm harbor for your beautiful soul to thrive. The soul voice meditation is, am I a safe place to be? And your intention should be, no matter where I am home. The most sacred sanctuary is found within me. A brief background on Goddess Hestia is that she represents the warmth, protection, and sanctuary we feel when we know we are home. Hestia is an ancient Greek goddess of the hearth. Her name translates as fireplace or altar. She is the firstborn daughter of Cronus and Rhea. Her brother Zeus assigned Hestia the sacred position of tending to the Olympian hearth. She is known for her calm, abiding presence and her tremendous kindness. In ancient Greek culture, Hestia is the divine personification of the sacred fire that sits at the center of someone's home, as well as in the center of every town and village. She would receive the first and last sacrifices of each day. With the establishment of a new village, the flame from Hestia's public hearth in the mother city would be carried to the new home. Hestia is the fire that grounds us, the hearth we can gather around to stop our wandering. Hestia is an emblem of the warmth, safety, and nourishment of being in community. She represents a tangible and yet unseen connection between all our loved ones, and she's the calm, abiding presence that can only be found within. Which, that's what you're looking for, isn't it, Libra? With this Hermit card with the Goddess Chang over here for the contemplation. You're looking for that peace. And this Goddess Hestia card is to remind you that peace is home, home is you. Wherever you are, that's where home is. And it's Goddess Hestia is asking for you to take it so much easier on yourself and give your mind a rest. All right. Can we please... Now we're going to talk about your love and romance life, like love and romantic life. I've got 2 oracle cards. Oh, there it is. Okay, that was it. That you keep getting duplicates. Look at the bottom card. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. Number 42. Okay, look how exhausted this person is, Libra. Look how exhausted you are. All right. So that's a positive sign that we're on the right track here with these cards. We've got these 2. One is honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. And then we have demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. This one right here, I call this my stalker card. I call it my stalker card because this is, first of all, the moon. And in this moon, look at this. Surrender, sensitive sister, be moved by the moon. Like this. And then we have this night sky here. And with the star over here. Okay. Well, basically with this moon energy that I see in this card, it just represents moonlight. And what do you see by moonlight? It's your hidden feelings, your intuition, secrets, things that are not seen that are at work and at play. So it's also about secrets that are being revealed, okay, or are being hidden and yet to be revealed. Just like this person here who's offering this rose with a little baby cupid with a bow and arrow aimed at this person's back to try to, you know, get love from this person who doesn't even know. She just senses a presence, but she doesn't even know. So it's saying that, you know, this person's a masked figure and there's deception going on here. So in the case of love, if someone is in this kind of position, this person should just outright say it. If this is you, Libra, I don't feel this is you. I feel like this is someone who's been watching you. I feel like this is someone who's, you know, showing their interest in you in a very unhealthy way, okay? Because if they approached you in a positive way, straightforward, you probably would have been receptive to them, but for some reason they're kind of sneaky like this. So I would just caution that if someone is deceptive like this when they like you, you never know what they're going to be like when they don't like you, and I really hope that they're not the reason why you're so fearful. Okay, so let's leave this over here, make some room. It's really tough to make room for duplicate cards here, but we're gonna try. Okay, so this one and this one. Okay, let me just read these to you because I don't want you to feel like, you know, I'm just summarizing and you're not getting the full gist of it. 48, demonstrate love. It says, sometimes people give clues about what is important to them. It could be listening when they have a lot to say, taking a walk, helping with chores, or planning to go on a vacation. Could be over here with the vacation, right? Pay attention to what others are telling us can help. Pay attention to what others are telling us can help us understand how to love them better. Oh yeah, that's a misprint. She said paying attention. But that was demonstrate love. So it's by paying attention to what others are telling you, and maybe they want to go on a vacation with you. Number 38, though, honesty is essential. It says, love seeks to do what is best for another person. Speak honestly, tell the truth about your emotions, use this as an opportunity to clear the air and turn this into a positive outcome. Which implies it's not a positive situation, right? All right. Can we get one card from Romance Angels for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st? Something to shed light on Libra's romantic life. Love and romance, please, for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's going on there? We already see those two cards. What else can we learn about Libra? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st, please. Here we get one card for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the weeks of January 18th to the 31st, please. Okay, that's it. There's a way I get the last card out. There we go. Oh, it's a soulmate. Okay. And it fell on this Seven of Pentacles, waiting for a soulmate. Remember I told you this is waiting for someone, right? Waiting for something, waiting for your harvest. And this card fell on it. You can take that how you want. But it says soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Now, before you get carried away with the soulmate card, there are lots of soulmates. You know, people from our past life connections. On the bottom, oh, true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Okay. I'm going to be quiet now then. So there may be many soulmates, but when it's true love and a soulmate, that's a wonderful thing. I just wish they weren't being sneaky about it. Maybe they have to hide it because they're scared to approach you. Okay, so soulmate, S. You chose this card because you wonder if a certain person is your soulmate, and the answer is yes. As we all do, you have many soulmates, beings with whom you share a mystical soul connection and life path. Soulmates incarnate with a plan of coming together for mutual spiritual and personal growth. As you suspected, the person you're inquiring about is one of yours. That sense of familiarity and comfort you felt when you first met also indicates your soulmate bond. This card sometimes comes to those who ask, when will I meet my soulmate, or will I ever meet my soulmate, as validation that this will occur. Many times, this is a person whom you already know. Although romantic sparks didn't fly at first, you'll have another opportunity to explore passion together. Woohoo! All right. So, Libra, that was your reading. Okay, we covered your, it's generally what comes up, the energies that come up. And for you, it just so happened that this reading addressed your fears and your insecurities and your anxiety that seems to be, really affecting you right now. And it's just a lot of reassurance in terms of your anxiety and fears. A lot of reassurance that, home and confidence and sanctuary is where you are, and just to tap into that knowledge. And this was speaking, this surrender sister, sensitive sister, moved by the moon, was also asking that you love yourself more and be so much more loving and kind to yourself, and to ease your mind, because you're overthinking so many things. This Ruby card saying, it's not a time to play it small and hide. It's a time to shine because you're amazing. And remember, you see the star energy around you. I feel like it is like with the star and the ruby, you're doing something in the spotlight, something in the public attention, public eye. As for love, it's very exciting. You have a beautiful love reading here. You got true love on the bottom and soulmate on the top. Here it says, find out what's important, demonstrate love. And when we read it, remember it said, even if it's about taking a vacation. And here we are, the situation, Four of Swords. Could it be that you need to take a vacation, but you're letting business get in the way? You're too busy working. Maybe. This card over here is saying, be honest with your feelings. If you have feelings for someone, let them know. Don't hide it anymore, because this is a little creepy. Because it's a soulmate connection and it's true love. Congratulations, Libra. I'm so happy for you. This is a beautiful read. Very peaceful. Only thing that I find, you know, worrisome is the anxiety and the stress, inner conflict issues you have. So that was your reading, Libra, for the period of 18th to the 31st. Please stay tuned for your weekly love readings, and I'll have these bi-weekly full general readings up for the 1st of February, up until the 14th of February. All right, take care, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye, Libra.